and tomorrow's how are you doing? I am doing well. Hilarious story. So I filmed this thing. You'll see it on TradeChat in a couple days. And it's a sponsored video, but I have no shame. I have no shame. Everybody's got to pay the bills somehow. It's funny because whenever I do sponsored videos, people get so upset. You get all these comments and I'm like, you know, but like, does anybody just do everything in life because they love it? I mean, not that I actually really do love what I'm talking about in this specific video, but like the term sellout is so weird for me. Like, do you go to the grocery store and look at the guy bagging groceries and say, you sell out? Like, do you think he's bagging groceries because he has a passion for groceries? I mean, I do those sponsored videos and it enables me to be able to do all the videos I really, really love to do and really, really want to do for free. And I don't have to like beg you guys to buy t-shirts or whatever. Anyways, I digress. I was filming all over the house for this video because it's got like a skit in it, which comedy gold. I'm very proud of the skit that's in this video because it is, I mean, my acting skills, top notch. So filming all over my house, and I had my camera downstairs and I had my mic all over the place. I had my lights all over the place. And where was I going with this? Like, I know I was going somewhere with that. I was filming all over the house. And then what happened? I have no idea where I was going with that. I'm so upset. I swear to you, I had a story to tell. And I got all sidetracked. I don't know what I was going to say. I think one of my hard drives in my computer is going, not one of my new ones, but I have like a bunch of old there's like 5 hard drives in my computer. It's so unnecessary. But a couple of them are like several years old because they're storage drives, and I'm pretty sure one of them is going because it's like, it makes this whirring noise, like meow, 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 meow. That's not a good accurate representation of what it sounded like, but what the heck was I gonna say? I'm so upset. I definitely had a thing to say about that, and I was in a different room filming. Like, what relevance could that have had? I mean, I like definitely had a story to tell about that, and I have no idea what it was. It's gonna bother me now. Like, where was I going with that? I was filming, my tummy hurts. It's like my diaphragm. I think I was laughing really hard. Like, you know you had like a good weekend when you have a sore stomach from laughing so hard. It wasn't even a weekend. I streamed last night just for fun, and it was like so ridiculous. Where the heck was I gonna say about filming in a different room? I keep thinking like it's gonna just pop into my head magically. I was filming somewhere else because I was doing a skit. I got nothing. I have no idea. And I thought it would come to me as I was talking, you know. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. So, anyways. I'm vlogging. Vlogging. I thought about doing this new vlog series where I just make videos. I'm dancing to no music. Where I just make videos called, like, Panzer's Dream Journal. And I just, like, when I wake up in the morning, I, like, talk about the ridiculous dreams that I had. Because it's, like, I would say it's like 2 nights a week. I have dreams that are like movie quality dreams. They're like not last night, but the night before that, I had this dream that I was living in like the time of a zombie apocalypse, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but like the zombie apocalypse wasn't that bad. But in my dream, zombies were very like realistic in that they like actually decayed pretty quickly, and they got really easy to like defeat, I guess, really quickly because they got all squishy and gross and like, but quickly, like in The Walking Dead, there are zombies around. It seems like it's been like years. It's not been years. I think it's been like a year. But it's been like a year. Do you know a body that was like left out for like a year? Like, the thing wouldn't be functioning anymore. Like, you know, there's got to be like muscle degradation. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, so in my dream, these zombies were kind of realistic in the fact that they broke down and they, you know, stopped functioning after a while, and they were pretty easy to defeat, and they weren't like intelligent, and they weren't particularly fast. And so anyways, they decided in this dream, the government, that they were gonna like quarantine, like they could test for this zombie, like, I don't know if it was a virus or a bacteria. In my opinion, it would be a bacteria that would cause zombieism, not a virus. But I digress. They could test for this disease that, would make you into a zombie. Because that's how it started in my dream, was like people got sick, there was some sort of plague, and then, when they died, they came back. It wasn't like, now, not now, but like in The Walking Dead or something where like just everybody dies and then they come back as a zombie. So, anyways, they decided that everybody who tested negative for this zombie disease would be held in these like quarantined apartment buildings until they got a handle on the situation outside and like with the people who tested positive, because just because you tested positive didn't necessarily mean that you were going to show any symptoms, so they just had to hold you for a certain amount of time. Anyways, so Nick and I were in one of these apartments, and in my dream I was like massively pregnant. That's like, I don't know what it is, like I'm pregnant in all of my dreams, but I'm not pregnant, never been pregnant, have no intentions of being pregnant. I think it's just like, I don't fucking know. Pregnant in my dream, have the baby. They don't allow babies to be in this complex because, you don't know, they're too young to be tested, and you don't know if they could be born with it, and it's like just dangerous. They don't want the noise, this, that, and the other thing. So they take the baby, they sell the baby on some weird black market. And I'm all like pissed off about it. Like, she's like, this is bullshit, da 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 da. So anyways, there are people that kind of like sneak out and like go get things from the outside world and come back, because it's really dangerous to just straight up escape, because then like they like hold your family responsible for you escaping, and they were brutal. Like, it started out with the government being in control of these like apartment buildings, but at some point the government was like overthrown, and it was just like being controlled by generic bad guys who want power. And what they would do is they would like inject people, like if you acted up or if someone in your family acted up, they would inject you with zombie disease and then like lob off your arm or something to like ensure that you like died quickly and then would like come back. Not quickly, but quicker than the disease would kill you, because like I said, you could have the disease and it might not kill you. Like, you might be totally fine. That's just how some people were. So they would, inject you with this and then do something that would cause like kind of a slow death, like, stab you in the stomach or lob your arm off or wrist things, like not good stuff. So this family next to me always had, they had like this teenage boy who would sneak out and get candy, and then he would like sell the candy in this like apartment establishment to like make money for his family, and then his family would like bribe the guards to get like extra stuff and like protection, because the guards were like terrible people and pretty much didn't let anybody like leave. It was like being in jail. But then they would do this whole, it's for your own good thing. So, anyways, the kid got me and Nick candy, because we, of course, in my dream, it's a zombie apocalypse, and I'm paying a teenager to go get me candy from the outside world. So he brings us candy, and I ask him, like, how much money I would need to give him to learn, for him to teach me his route to get out. And he was, like, really skeptical, but finally, he, like, agreed to take me on a run with him. So I go with him. It's, like, wicked late at night. Like, there's way less guards at night, so, like, we sneak out, we get out of the complex, and, like, it's so weird, because the outside world, which we haven't really seen any of, because it wasn't just the apartment building that's quarantined, it's, like, a couple blocks in all directions is quarantined, so you can't just look out the window and, like, see, oh, hey, there's people walking down the street, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of very isolated from what's going on. So we get out and we see this like outside world, and it's weird because it's very, like, the population is very low. We were in a place that should have had a lot of people, but it didn't. And there's like, it's like gross and smelly because there's kind of like decaying things everywhere. But the zombies themselves have, like, we've weathered the storm. Anybody who was gonna get the disease got the disease. Now they just know that if anybody dies, you have to shoot them in the head, and everybody else is fine. So do you understand? Like, we've kind of overcome this zombie thing. People are living kind of normal lives. It's just kind of a gross society because, like, lots of people in, like, power positions, police officers and military have, like, died, or, so there's very little structure left, but the outside world is functioning pretty well, all things considered. And I run into this guy while I'm out there who I think is being really just like, I don't know another word, he's just like having zero integrity. Like, he kind of told his family, he was like, I was going out to scope out how easy it would be to get me and Nick out, to stay out because we didn't have any other connections within the building that anybody could be like punished for, like because we were all kept really separate and they didn't know about this kid they had no idea like how this kid was getting extra money, how he was getting out, how he was getting candy, whatever. And it wasn't like it was strictly for us, it was for everybody. So if Nick and I left, there would be no one to punish for us getting away, if that makes any sense. So I was leaving to scope out to come back. That was my whole plan. This guy told his family he was doing the same thing, but left them, and he had like little kids and a wife, and so I was like trying to like talk him down and like whatever. And while I'm trying to get this guy to come back with us to at least bring his family out, because like his family is going to suffer if he leaves, the guards like we see them, and so me and the guy, not the candy kid but the other guy, like go hide. They take the candy kids. So now he's been taken back to apartment jail. So me and the older guy, I convince him to come back with me because I want him to bring his family out if he's going to escape. And he comes back with me, and mine and Nick's apartment is right next to Candy Kid's apartment, and they literally cut this guy's arm off at like here, not quite the shoulder, not quite the elbow, like in between, so he was like bleeding profusely. They had injected him with zombie virus, and like it was awful. Like it was literally awful. He was like bleeding everywhere and dying, and in my dream, you could go, like as you were, like my dream had this really interesting kind of like perception of death. Because, you know, in real life, we perceive it as like life, you die. Like there's no in between kind of. Whereas in my dream, there was a very definitive space that was defined as being in between. Like where, you know, he was almost dead, but he was still alive. And it was very bizarre because he would kind of like switch between having those very zombie like tendencies, like growly and like not breathing and like eyes all weird and like, you know, kind of acting rabid, but then he would sort of snap out of it. But when he was snapped out of it, it's not like he was alive and talking, like he was struggling to breathe and struggling to like stay alive. It was this like 5-minute period of this really odd turmoil between life and death, but death was more alive than life was. It's so weird. So then I woke up. Is that the weirdest, like, most in-depth zombie dream you've ever heard? Like, my dreams are not, like, some people's dreams are just all over the place, and sometimes I do have those dreams, but most of the time my dreams stay on course. Like, the whole, even if something, like, changes some point, there's, like, a definitive moment, like, you know, oh, we were hiking in the woods, and then we found a cabin, and when we opened the door, the cabin left outer space. That's the kind of, like, even though this doesn't really make sense with this, there was actually a bridge that sort of explained why that happened. So it was a really weird dream. TLDR, I had a weird dream about zombies that was like, I think, representative of life and death being the opposite of what we think they are. I don't know. It was weird. I'm glad I shared that with you. So anyways, I'm going to go film this video about Overwatch, and I just wanted to say hi. Maybe someday I'll remember what I was going to tell you. But really, I can't now, and it's driving me crazy. Like, how did I completely forget what I was going to say? I'm going to go. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I love you all. Oh, I remember now. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So I went to pick up my remote to turn off the camera. But this is my air conditioner remote because I was going to tell you that when I started this video, I had to stand up and turn the camera on because I left my microphone, my clicker, my remote downstairs. That's what I was going to say. Wow, we've really come full circle today. We've had a real journey together. Oh, yes. I feel so satisfied that I remember what I was going to say. This is great. This isn't going to do me any good. I'm going to have to stand up and turn the camera off, but I'm really glad. That would have bothered me all day. Wow, my hand looks really pink. I was like kind of sitting on it. Do you ever do that? Do you ever like sit and like squish your hands? I'm gonna go. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love you all. You're in my heart. We'll see you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.